Apart from that, I wasn't actually moving.
We have life. Good morning, everyone. It's Friday. It is nearly 10 minutes past 11, and it is time for Ask Angelika with myself. Well, with Angelika and me.
Yes.
And
Hello.
hello and welcome. Yeah, so we're here, and it's Friday. We're early. So welcome to the show, and this is Ask Angelika. Practical German for Taxi Rides, Season 5, Episode 29. Angelika, would you like to tell us about today's broadcast?
Yes, we've been looking at different transports. So we've done a practical German for airports, train stations, bus stations. The idea came to me when I had to take a taxi the other day, something I haven't done for a long time. I don't normally do. So I thought, I wonder if there are some useful sentences if you have to take a taxi in German. Or in Germany, sorry, and some useful German sentences. So I thought, right, we do a practical German for taxi rides, which is
Yeah,
today.
that was quite a taxi ride, wasn't it? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So let's come back to here, and it's about taxi rides now, so we can hide that, and we can hide the card, and then I just need to go like this, hopefully. So we sat the right way around now. Okay, that's important. Okay, now the way this works, Angelika's put together 10 sentences in German, which I will read. Angelika will correct my pronunciation, and then together we'll actually translate the sentence. If you want to play along, then all you need to do is to read the sentence. We can't hear it, but you can get to practice your German. So let's take that away and go with phrase 1. Bitte fahren Sie mich zum Bahnhof.
Yeah, bitte fahren Sie mich zum Bahnhof.
It's a good start. My pronunciation was so please please drive me to the station.
Yeah, obviously zum Bahnhof could be replaced with any other places you might need to go to. But then you need to watch out for the gender. So if it's a masculine or neuter noun, it's zum, but if it's a feminine noun, it would be zur. So just trying to think now, if you wanted to be taken to a church, I'm just saying to the church, obviously you would need to give the name as well. Then that would have been zur Kirche.
Indeed. So, but zum is short for zu dem.
Yeah, and zur is short for zu der.
Yeah. I'm breaking it down. Bitte is please, fahren is drive, and Sie is you. Can you drive me? Yeah, but it's very polite, and translation is, it comes here, please drive me to the station. Okay, phrase 2, which will appear on screen. Wie viel kostet die Fahrt zum Bahnhof ungefähr?
Right, ungefähr was correct, but it's Fahrt. Wie viel kostet die Fahrt zum Bahnhof ungefähr? This is one of the words that teenagers at school, when they learn it for the first time, that's when they get the giggles. Adults normally can behave, but teenagers go, Fahrt.
I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to keep a straight face. Okay, kostet is to cost, and fährt we know, or fahrt, sorry, we know is drive, and Bahnhof is station. Ungefähr?
Approximately.
Approximately.
Because in a taxi, go on. Tell me the translation.
Yeah, how much is the fare to the station, please?
Yeah, because in a taxi, I don't think a taxi driver can actually tell you exactly, because it always depends on the traffic as well. So the ungefähr, it will give you a rough idea at least.
So translation by Angelika is, how much does the trip to the station cost? Phrase 3. Darf ich vorne sitzen?
Yeah, darf ich vorne sitzen?
And that is, can I sit in the front?
Yeah.
That's a strange request, isn't it?
Well, it's we automatically go and sit in the back of the taxi, but actually a lot of, or certainly in Germany, I don't know about in the UK, people would rather sit on the passenger seat at the front. So, and therefore they may ask if it's okay. And so I did a bit of research because I thought it's weird. And did you know there is actually a protocol? And actually, I'll make the notes, so I may need to read this up a little bit. I'll just get this. There we are. So the protocol is for highly official occasions, you know, when you have somebody really important in the taxi. But there is an order of priority according to which the seats in the cars are allocated. And the best and the safest seat in the car, or in the taxi, shall I say, is at the back on the right. Now, that is in a German taxi. Yeah, where the steering wheel is on the left. So it's at the back of the right. As a rule, one person who wants to travel alone as the passenger sits there. And that is because, for example, apparently it's the safest, but it also means you can have a conversation with the taxi driver without the headrest being in the way. And with hindsight now, because I made the mistake when I got in the taxi, now this was in England, so the taxi driver was sitting on the right and I was sitting on the right. And every time he asked me a question, it wasn't always that easy to hear what he was saying because he sat in front of me. Had I sat on the left, it would have been so much easier probably for me to hear him. So I wasn't aware of that. And I thought, that's interesting. So the best seat for the highest ranking person is therefore opposite the taxi driver. And then the next person would sit next to them. And the worst seat is the one at the front, according to this protocol. And yet, most Germans would rather sit at the front, given the chance.
To see where they're going.
Well, I guess it could be that. I mean, I don't actually know. I mean, I sometimes get travel sick. So I have sometimes thought it would have been better if I sat at the front, because I don't get travel sick at the front, but I do get travel sick at the back. So that could also be a reason why people would rather sit at the front than at the back.
It's true. So translation of phrase 3 is, may I sit in the front seat? Okay, we go on now to phrase 4. And phrase 4 is, Können Sie bitte hier anhalten?
Yeah, können Sie bitte hier anhalten? You normally point to it as well. Können Sie bitte hier anhalten?
Yeah, can you stop here, please?
Yeah.
Okay, straightforward. So can you stop here, please? And phrase 5. Wie lange dauert die Fahrt zum Flughafen?
Well done. Wie lange dauert die Fahrt zum Flughafen?
See, I remembered Fahrt and I know dauert, Flughafen. Yeah, so that's the airport.
Yeah.
So dauert is, how long does the drive to the airport take?
Yeah, I thought I'd change it from the station.
Okay. So translation is, how long does the trip to the airport take? And thank you for watching live. Thank you for watching live. If you'd like to say hello, please do. It's always nice to know who's watching us. And we're live today on Facebook, on my profile, on Angelika's German tuition and translation, and on LinkedIn. So if you're on any of those, say hello. Phrase 6. Ich habe es eiligsten. No, ich habe es eilig. Oh, it's 2 sentences.
Yes.
Ich habe es eilig. Können wir schneller fahren?
Yeah, I just like that sentence, or the sentences. Ich habe es eilig. Können wir schneller fahren? You need to put some urgency in that sentence. Ich habe es eilig.
Ich habe es eilig. Können wir schneller fahren?
Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
What's that? Okay. Right. Ich habe es eilig. Quite a handy phrase. What does eilig translate to?
Eilig is es eilig haben means to be in a hurry.
In a hurry. Can we drive faster?
Yeah. My guess is the taxi driver will say nein. But
depends on the traffic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Well, it depends on the traffic and where you are. So, I mean, if you're driving through a town and you've got well, it doesn't matter where you're driving. There is a speed limit, and no matter how much you're in a hurry, the taxi driver will not go faster than the speed limit.
It's true. Phrase 7. Könnten Sie die Klimaanlage einschalten?
Yeah, könnten Sie die Klimaanlage, so that's where the break is, Klimaanlage einschalten.
Right. Okay. Now we don't need it in the UK. Well, we might do for the next week, but we don't need it most of the time. Could you turn the air conditioning on, please?
Yeah, it actually makes more sense in a car or in a taxi than in a house.
Yeah.
Because we do use it in the car.
Okay.
I guess I could have added also the second sentence, könnten Sie die Klimaanlage ausschalten?
Which would be, can you switch the air conditioning off?
Yeah, because sometimes they make you feel pretty cold.
Okay. Phrase 8. Go down here. Phrase 8. Haben Sie Wechselgeld für einen 50-Euro-Schein?
Ja, haben Sie Wechselgeld für einen 50-Euro-Schein?
Geld is money. Wechsel means
To change?
Change. Oh, it's Wechselgeld. Okay. Do you have change for a 50-euro note?
Yeah. It's probably not that useful anymore because nowadays, and certainly in taxis and that, card payments have gone up a lot in Germany since the COVID pandemic. Things have changed a bit. So most of the times you can now pay everything with card. But if you have gone to the bank to get some euros before you go to Germany, and a larger amount, there's a good chance there could be a 50-euro note in there, which of course you want to use.
Indeed.
And you may not want to give a tip, being 41 euros or something like this, depending on what the journey was.
Understood. Right, phrase 9, which will come up on the screen in a second, I've no doubt. Kann ich eine Quittung bekommen?
Mhm. Kann ich eine Quittung bekommen?
Okay. Okay. So the journey's finished and you actually want a receipt. Can I have a receipt?
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And final phrase for today is phrase 10. Vielen Dank für die Fahrt.
Yeah. Vielen Dank für die Fahrt. Or vielen Dank on its own probably would work as well. But if you wanted to say thanks, oh, I didn't want to translate it yet.
So thank you for the drive or ride. Or,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
The journey, the drive, the ride. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Now what happens now is that we're going to go through the 10 sentences again. Angelika will read the German. I will read the English translation. Angelika's German will be perfect, of course, and my English nearly
perfect too.
Yeah, well, thank you. So let's go back to the beginning with phrase 1.
Bitte fahren Sie mich zum Bahnhof.
Please drive me to the station.
Wie viel kostet die Fahrt zum Bahnhof? Ungefähr.
How much does the trip to the station cost? Approximately. Okay, ungefähr, approximately.
Ungefähr, ja.
Okay.
Darf ich vorne sitzen?
Can I sit in the front? Where's 4?
Können Sie bitte hier anhalten?
Can you please stop here? Where's 5?
Wie lange dauert die Fahrt zum Flughafen? Or zum Bahnhof, or wherever.
Yeah, where are you going? Yeah, okay. How long does the trip to the airport take? Where's 6?
Ich habe es eilig. Können wir schneller fahren?
And yeah, schneller fahren. Yes. Okay. That's because you obviously worked up. You want to get to where you're going in time. I'm in a hurry. Can we drive faster?
Well, it
Where's
could be
6?
a train you need to catch. It could be a plane you need to catch.
Yeah.
Könnten Sie die Klimaanlage einschalten?
And translation is, could you turn on the air conditioning? Phrase 8.
Haben Sie Wechselgeld für einen 50-Euro-Schein?
Translation is, do you have change for a 50 euro note? Phrase 9.
Kann ich eine Quittung bekommen?
And if you're on business, you need this. Get a receipt. And phrase 10.
Vielen Dank für die Fahrt.
And translation of that is, thank you very much for the ride. And that brings us to the, well, if I bring this on screen, could you tell us, Angelika, a little bit more about this? I'm waiting for system to catch up.
This.
Okay. Yes, this. Yeah.
So if you like what you hear with these phrases and things like this, and you're thinking, I wouldn't mind doing some extra work for my German. You may already have lessons, or you may use, I don't know, Duolingo or any app and all that, and you feel like you wanted to do a little bit more, but you don't know where to start. My little book might just help. It's the A to Z of learning German, and there are 26 ideas from A to Z to make learning German more exciting and fun. And they're just some ideas of what you could do on your own to improve your German. And it's available, as you can see there, as a paperback. So there's my paperback. The paperback also has, at the end of each chapter, sort of up to a page, sometimes it's half a page, 3/4 of a page, where you can write your own notes. So whether you can actually write down whether you want to do this, or where you can find more resources, or whether you've done this and you liked it, anything. With the Kindle version, it's a bit difficult to write the notes in there, but then you need to do it on a piece of paper. But the Kindle version is also available.
Brilliant. And
on all Amazon platforms.
And I've got my copy too.
There's your
So
copy.
I had to scurry around to actually find that. But yes, it's an excellent book, and 26 different topics. So there you are. Angelika, when are we live next? Because this is, well, this is an unannounced episode.
Well, yeah, we were a little bit early, but actually we're a week late because we had problems with the cameras last week. So we sneaked it in today. So the next one will be next week. And apparently, not that I would know about any of this, but apparently there are some important football games going on.
Yeah, I'm personally, hope there is some football going on, Euro 24. I'm hoping that England is still in the competition, and Scotland as well, and Germany.
Everybody else, who cares? Oh, that probably now annoyed some other people, but yes, there's definitely still football going on. So we'll look at a couple of football phrases that you might hear if you were in Germany watching a game, whether it's the international one or whether you're just watching any football game. You might hear people say. That will be next week.
That was next week. So next week, Friday, 9 o'clock Eastern, 2 p.m. in the UK. Tschüss von mir. I got there first.
You got there first. Und tschüss von mir.
Bye, everybody.